Hey, it's Austin here. In this video, I'm going to cover how to set up a lock screen on your Apple device. Now, needing to unlock your device each time you pick it up does add some inconvenience to your life, as you'll need to unlock it each time you want to use it. But for many people, having this layer of security justifies the inconvenience. You just never know when your device may be lost or stolen, and it's never a good idea for strangers to have access to your personal info. All right, to begin, we're going to jump right into the Settings app, which is the gear icon right down here on the bottom of my screen. Once you're in Settings, you're going to look for Face ID and Passcode. If you have an Apple device with a button, you're going to look for Touch ID instead of Face ID. I'm using an older device here, so you're seeing I have Touch ID and Passcode right here. Okay, tap on this, and what you see here are some options for setting up Touch ID. So we're going to go ahead and navigate over to Turn Passcode On, that blue font down here. So I'm going to tap that, and then I already have some fingerprints on my device, so I'm just going to choose to keep these on the device. Okay, so here's where you will set a passcode. It's a 6-digit passcode, but as you can see, there are passcode options in blue here. You can go ahead and tap that, which opens up some options. You can choose to have a numeric code. You can have a 4-digit numeric code. A custom numeric code would be something infinite digits, so you can make it really long. And you could have an alphanumeric, which is incorporating numbers and letters. Most people go with just a 6-digit, which is the default, or a 4-digit. But if you really want to be extra secure, you can go with these custom alphanumerics or custom numerics. I'm going to choose a 4-digit just for the sake of this video. It's going to be just 4 digits, and I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't recommend this, and actually you'll see that Apple's saying that this is an easily guessed password. I wouldn't recommend this either, but just for the sake of this video, we're going to keep it simple. So I'm going to say use anyway, and I have to verify it. So I just have to enter it again. So once you enter it twice, you have successfully set up your device with a passcode. Now, Apple may require that you enter the password for your Apple ID. So have that at the ready as well. So now that we've added a 4-digit passcode to this device, we can always turn it off here or change it here. You can't do anything about requiring password anything other than immediately right now. But what I wanted to talk about was this section down here. The more things that you have enabled here, the less secure but more convenient your device becomes. So this is allowing access when locked. So my phone could still be locked behind a passcode, but I could still access all of these things while my phone's locked. So I could still read my notifications if I went to the notification center, or I can access the control center to maybe bring up a flashlight. Or I can talk to Siri still with my phone or device locked. So all of these things I can still do while the device is locked. If you really want to secure your phone even more, you can start turning these off as well. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to talk about were biometrics. We touched on this earlier, but biometrics is either using your finger or your thumb to unlock your device, or your face to unlock your device. So I have a button on my device. It's a little bit older. So in my device, I have fingerprints that I can set up. And if you have Touch ID, you can set up to 5 different fingerprints. So it's a good idea to have maybe, your most commonly used fingers that you manipulate your device screen with. So both my thumbs, both my index fingers, maybe a partner's finger. If you trust somebody else to get on your device, you can keep adding up to 5 fingerprints here. But also I wanted to mention that obviously the more things you have enabled here, the more things you can use Touch ID for. So you might only think that Touch ID is used to unlock your device, that's only the top option here. I can also set up Touch ID to unlock access to the App Store in iTunes, or my wallet where I can make payments, with Apple Pay. I can also have Face ID or Touch ID used to autofill my passwords for me, so I don't have to use the keyboard and the special characters and the capital and all that difficult keyboard manipulation to input my passwords. I can just put my finger on the button and my passwords are auto-filled onto the page. So Touch ID, Face ID is great for adding a little bit more convenience and security to your device. So again, if you have a button, you can add a fingerprint here. You can just follow the directions to add another fingerprint. And if you got Face ID, you can follow those directions as well. They're actually really pretty easy. Okay, so the takeaway here is setting up a device lock screen is easy to do, and it's also a good idea if you're taking the device out into the world. And the inconvenience of using a lock can be mitigated if you're comfortable setting up biometrics. So that's the basic information for locking your device. Thanks for watching.